All right, this meeting is being recorded. Hit the OK. Here we go. Mr. Pitt Miller and Tracy Anderson and Stephanie Peck and Jenny and Gina. I love it. We'll give it a couple, about 60 seconds or so. Let people get in here. Good to see everybody this morning. We're going to have a great meeting today. We're going to bring a lot of value. I'm excited. The people that are showing up are going to get rewarded. I'm just telling you right now. So, Stephanie Peck, you are in deep thought. What are you solving the world's problems there? What do you got going on?
An Instagram post.
There we go. And she's an honest woman. I love it.
I'm just trying to pick the right music.
Oh, okay. There you go. Nice, nice. And Gina, what do you got going on today? How's Amador? Oh, you're muted.
Hey there. Hi, sorry. Amador's good. Amador's good. Just working from home today, making those phone calls, trying to make connections.
I love it. That's what
Like
we
how
do.
this weekend. So rocking and rolling.
I love it. And Jenny, how is Bend, Oregon?
Bend's great. It's the sun shining finally. Like it feels like our third and final spring. So maybe it's here to stay. Afternoon listings appointments. So all good things.
I love it. I love it. And Trevor, how's it going how's Colorado?
Sorry, I had to get off mute. It's wonderful. It's beautiful today. Thank you.
All right. All right. I love it. Well, when it hits 9:03, which is probably like 20 seconds for me here, we will get going and rock and roll. Russell, always in the car, always on the move, probably going to look at another distressed property he's going to either bail out or buy and flip. Oh, I lost him. Oh, there he is.
Oh, no, I'm still here. Hey, I saw you playing hoops again this morning, Matt.
Yeah, I suck today.
Did you? You usually do really well in there, so that's a surprise.
Yeah. All right, well, let's rock and roll, you guys. It's 9:03. I'm super excited to get things going here. I got a good buddy of mine. Matt Plumer is a special guest that I've brought on today because, realtors, we are hustling like crazy on that transactional treadmill. Just go, 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 bringing in the money, closing deals. And the reality is realtors typically, they get in the business, they make some more money. And so they got to get nicer clothes or a better car and they make a little more money. And then they got to have nicer vacations and all this. And we got to eat out more because, man, I work hard. I'm tired. I don't want to cook tonight. And all of a sudden the market changes and they go, oh, shoot. And their spending still up here. And they're like, what do we do? So Matt Plumer is, producing realtor, real estate coach. His business is growing like crazy because this is a very real scenario for realtors all across the country that are like, especially when the market turns like it has, they're like, oh, shoot, I'm stressed. And so he's going to go over some principles today. He is a financial real estate coach. We'll go into a special offering that he has at the end that I want to tee up for him. But let's rock and roll today, Matt. I don't want to take any more of your time. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to pour into our people today. And this is recorded. So, we have a little light following today, but there's a lot of people that go back on I'll give a plug for our Facebook group, Atomic Habits, powered by EXP. If you're not a member there, go onto Facebook and join that group. And then I put it on my YouTube channel as well, Matthew Stewart Real Estate, so you can check the recording there as well. So Matt, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt Stewart. Appreciate you, dude. Great to see so many amazing faces. A couple of you I met for the very first time in Cabo, San Lucas this past month. So if you were in Cabo, thumbs up if you were in Cabo. Who was at the Cabo event? Awesome. Well, the good part about today is if you were in Cabo, this will be a refresher and an opportunity to have maybe some one-on-one or drop some questions that you've had over the last 30 days. And if you weren't in Cabo, get ready, hang on, because we're going to bring the fire. So appreciate you, man. Can I share my screen? Yep, I can. And can you see this slideshow? We good? Awesome. All right, cool. I will stop sharing for now. put in the chat. I would love to hear in the chat, one, where's everybody from and how long have you been selling real estate? Where are you from and how long have you been selling real estate? And so Sacramento, 28 years. Dude, you're only 25. Like, how did you get a license that early in the game? All right. Awesome. Let's rock and roll. Who here wants to create stressful wealth? Stressful wealth, right? Nobody, right? Did we ever sign up for real estate? When we signed up for real estate, did we sign up to sell real estate forever? Like eventually we want to get out of this thing, right? How, one of my mentors says before he gets in a deal, he wants to know how to get out of the deal. And so I wrote an ebook called the How to Create Stress-Free Wealth. And we talk about the mistakes that agents make. And the number one mistake that agents make is they don't know when they're going to stop selling real estate. How to stop selling real estate, when to stop selling real estate. And so as we go through this and go through a framework on how to create stress-free wealth, even if you have a wildly inconsistent income and happen to be financially disorganized. Who here has all of their stuff together? The stuff, the money, right? Who has it? No, most of us don't, right? Most of us don't, because we were never taught any of this in school, in college, in our W-2, in our brokerage. We weren't taught, we weren't ever walked through how to do this until now. And so, my journey as a financial coach for real estate agents and entrepreneurs did not start by me knowing exactly how to do a budget, by me living in Las Vegas, by my wife and I having, some time and freedom to go do the things that we do. It didn't start there. You see, our journey started on a counselor's couch in 2012. I was 300 pounds, alcoholic, addictive sports gambler, smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, eating fast food twice a day, and thinking it was all my wife's fault. You see, I was looking external, not internal. And I was asked a very specific question that very first day, sitting on the counselor's couch, walking him through the last 12 years of our lives together, and always insinuating it was her fault. Melinda this, Melinda that. She always does this. She doesn't do that. Right? Who here has fallen cursed to the blame game before? Yeah, we all have. And so I was asked a very powerful question that Thursday, and I always know it's Thursday. It was always Thursday. Today, Fridays are the best day of my week, but Thursdays were always the worst day because I always had to face the music on Thursdays. And so he asked me a question. He goes, Matt, we've known each other for about 40 minutes, and I've got one very specific question for you. Could you go 90 days without a drink? Could you? Could you go 90 days and go to 90 meetings? Because he understood that all of my problems were internal, but I couldn't see that. And so I said, hey, Mike, I don't know if I can, but it's always going to be the same way, regardless if I change or not. And he said, I don't know if that's true or not, but here's what I know what is true. You've got 12 months before you're dead, divorced, in jail, or broke. You've got to make a decision. Because if you don't, one of those 4 things are going to happen. I'm over here uncomfortable, Melinda's crying, and I'm blaming it all on her, not looking at myself. And so at that moment, 12 years ago, I made a decision to not necessarily stop drinking or gambling or eating, but I made a decision to change. And that decision led to seeing 293 pounds on the scale, 289, 283, 277, and eventually enough wins stacked up to where I had the courage to not drink. And 20 pounds later, I made a decision to not drink, May 19, 2012. And I have not drank a drop of alcohol since. 12 years sober. Which was enough courage for 2 weeks later to say no to sports betting. I loved sports betting. I was terrible at it. I was awful. Always pick losers. And on June 2nd, I placed my last bet. And so all of that compounded over time led to losing 100 pounds, becoming sober, quit smoking, quit gambling, quit drinking. And we finally unpacked that we were $550,000 in debt. We were on another couch, and we had to take out our second 401k loan at the end of 2013. And so as we go through this and we become aware, and we were going through Financial Peace University and doing a budget and understanding what all of this stuff meant, I was faced with another decision, is like, how am I going to unpack this? Because I lost 100 pounds, not by losing 100 pounds, but by losing 10 pounds 10 times. How could I go unpack this debt 100, 1,000, and $10,000 at a time? And so for 40 months, we've delayed gratification. We put a downward pressure on our spending, but I didn't have a way to go raise the bridge, make more money. So it took 40 consecutive months to eliminate $551,000. Now, the good news is we paid the price. We delayed gratification. We sacrificed. That exposed me to real estate. And I had my very first commission check 90 days into real estate. And I asked real estate agents what they would do with the money, because I knew what I thought I should do with the money, but I wasn't a real estate agent. And I was shocked at what I heard, but now I'm not, is that when I asked these real estate agents what they would do with their $10,000 commission check, I didn't hear go buy investment properties, go save for retirement, or plan our future. I heard pay last year's taxes and next month's car note. And at that moment, I knew I was going to be an impact in the real estate industry, not because I was going to be a world-class real estate agent, because I was going to help the real estate agents change their business, change their life on how they handle money. And so thousands of conversations, hundreds of financial transformations later, I've uncovered the two things that give agents the most stress and anxiety: inconsistent income, financial disorganization. Because if you look back over your last, look through the chat, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years of selling real estate, if you had consistent income month over month over month, regardless of the amount, but if it was consistent month over month over month, and you had some organization to your money, how much less stress would you have in your world? Stephanie, could that help you pick a better trending audio for your Instagram reel today? If you had some financial organization and a little bit of consistent income, so that you had space to refer out or hire out picking a trending video, right?
Sure.
Does it have to be you, right? And so, because as real estate agents, we get wrapped around the axle on all of the stuff we have to do or has to get done. But I know that if we had 2 or 3 consistent closings every month, 30, 40, 60 days in advance, that would, and we had some organization, that would carve out enough time and space to where we could go hire someone to go do the stuff, and we could go buy back our time. And so after all of these conversations, financial transformation comes from making, let me back up. We uncovered several things through these conversations. Real estate agents don't make as much as they think. $500,000 house, 3% commission, $15,000. Hey, I make 15,000 bucks. Oh, the day of closing, I forgot this has a referral on it. Oh, my cap just reset. Take a $15,000 commission, add a cap reset, the first month your cap resets and add a referral to it, how much do you actually make? Half. No one's fault. But because their agents didn't know how much they made, it was causing this stress and anxiety. And so what I want you to become aware of today is the very first step in any financial transformation is awareness. What are the facts? How much do I have in under contract? How much do I have in escrow? How much have I closed in the last 90 days? What's my pipeline look like for the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months? What is it? How much do I weigh? How much am I actually drinking? Is it serving me? How much am I actually eating? Is it serving me? How many dates have I gone on with my spouse in the last 90 days? Whatever it is, it's just the facts. The facts are truth, and the truth will set you free. So what's an area of your life, in your business, around your money that you need to gain some clarity around? Write it down, the truths. It will set you free. The next step is the decision. We have to make a decision on what we just wrote down. I have 9 deals in escrow. I have 4 deals in escrow. I'm 20 pounds overweight. You know what? I probably drink too much. It's not serving me in my life, my marriage, my relationships, whatever. What's the decision that you need to make? It doesn't have to be a big, massive one. It can be, I'm going to go get 5,000 steps today. Because I just looked at this computer that we have in our phone or in our pocket, and it tells me I get 4,000 steps a day or 8,000. But if I'm overweight, if I got more steps, is it fair to assume that I might start losing some weight or at least gain some clarity when I have my phone off and I go for a 30-minute walk? Have I carved out some time to go do that, right? What decision do we have to make? For us, the decision was to stop using credit cards. That was the number one decision we had to make. We had to stop digging the hole. The decision to stop drinking was not for life. It was for the afternoon. It was go home, not to go to the Ashburn pub. That was the only decision I had to make because I didn't drink at home. I can count on one hand how many beers I had in 5 years at my house. So if I just got home, I wouldn't drink. So what decision do you have to make? Next, how do we track it every day? How do we make sure we make those turns, those right-hand turns, right? If we turn left, if we're going around a NASCAR track and we turn left, where do we end up? We end up right where we started. So instead of just making those left-hand turns of always going to the bar or always stopping here for happy hour or always spending money on a credit card or always just falling into this trap, we have to start making right-hand turns. So when we make a right-hand turn and make a decision, stop using credit cards, plan our money before we make it. How can we track that and be intentional with those decisions every day? Make sense? Awareness, decision, intentionality. I've talked a lot. I'm going to pause right there. What are some of the ahas in the last 16 minutes? One thing that's popped into your head that you can make a decision on that we've talked about or you've thought about in the last 12 minutes?
Hey, Matt, what came to mind for me is when you said, I'm not making a decision to not drink forever. I'm making a decision to not drink this afternoon. So whenever it is that our goals are, sometimes we can be overwhelmed by the enormity of them or the gap between where we are to where we want to be. But what can I do today in this moment?
Yeah, thanks for that share, Don. Thank you.
I was reminded that I need to put some of these priorities back on my calendar. Specifically with my fitness, because the last few weeks I've just said I'll fit it in when there's a gap in my schedule, and there's never a gap in my schedule.
Yeah, never, right?
Along the lines of what Dawn said, just the enormity sometimes of the goals and just breaking it down into small hunks, whether it's weight, it's 10 pounds 10 times, or whether it's debt, whatever it is, you just break it down into smaller pieces so it feels more manageable.
Yeah. I had this, thank you, Trevor, for that, that share. I had this amazing conversation with someone I actually met in Cabo. We started a conversation, and all the angst and anxiety and people joining and people leaving, and I got to sell more real estate, and I've got this money, but I don't know what to do with it, and all this stuff. And I'm like, can you shut your phone off for 5 minutes? Like, phone off, airplane mode, just turn it off for 90 seconds. And they were like, what would that do? And I'm like, just try it. And then if you can do it at 8 o'clock in the morning or at 6 o'clock in the morning, can you do it at 6 o'clock at night? And if you did that every day for 90 seconds, the next week, could you do it for 3 minutes? And today, 4 weeks later, she's up to 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. It's just turning off your phone. But the amount of space that has helped with Stephanie, right, with helping create the space, if we don't plan our time, are we ever going to go to the gym? I love working out. I've gotten 10,000 steps in a day for the last 250 days. I know when I'm going to do it, because if I'm on 9 Zooms on the hour every hour, I'm going to get about 3,000 throughout the day. So I have to get 6 in the morning or 6 in at night, or else it's over. Like, if you work, like, getting 10,000 steps is a job, right? And so this intentionality is so important. I created the wealth method, and the T stands for track. We're not going to talk too much about the wealth method today, but the wealth method, the T is for track. I'll give you a little bonus. I'll charge Stuart's card on file for this. Wealth, wisdom, earn, accumulate, lend, track, health. We won't
Megan,
go
why
into
don't you
what
put
they
that-
actually all are, but
Megan, if you put that into the Atomic Habits Facebook page, that would be nice, and give Matt put his link in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
wealth, wisdom, earn, accumulate, lend, track, health. Okay, the T is for track. Now, we're bumping up against our time, so I want to make sure I honor and fully deliver for you all. There's 3 secrets inside of these conversations, inside of the wealth method, to start your financial transformation. Number 1 is profit hacking. Every business owner on the planet learned business through high school accounting. Sales minus expenses equals profit. The majority of real estate agents, the majority of CPAs have that, and entrepreneurs have that formula ingrained in their head. I'll prove it today. Where's the very first place you look on a profit and loss statement? Where is it, Pitt? You said it. I didn't hear you.
The bottom line.
The bottom line. You go. I don't even know if Pitt goes over to the right and down. He might just go diagonal straight to the line.
I do. I go to the bottom line and then I start working backwards.
I've got mine right here. Well, it's somewhere around here. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Financial Fit Ventures, period ending. And I mean, I teach this stuff. I open this up. The first thing I look at is right here. I didn't even look at the other stuff, right? And I teach this stuff every day. So if we look at this, right? And we have, and again, I'm full disclosure, 2023, total income, 453, net income, 66,000. Okay, now, what does that mean? I have two questions for the people that look straight at the 66,000. Where's the 66,000? Where's that money? And where's the 30 grand or the 25 grand that you owe on the 66 grand for the taxes? Where's that money? And so when we follow a framework, sales minus expenses equals profit, the business owner is always second guessing where the money is, and we get the sloppy seconds, we get the leftovers. And so what profit hacking is it takes it and moves it up and flips it. Sales minus profit equal expenses. How can we make sure we pay ourselves first? Profit, owner's comp, that kind of stuff, right? Second secret, savings and investing hacking. Saving and investing hacking. What does that mean? That means money we earn today and adding age to money so we can use it next month. Imagine a world where we get a commission check on the 15th and we pay the first bills of that month. Oh, wait a minute, that's what most real estate agents do. Or last year's taxes with this month's closing. Imagine a world if you had 3 closings in a month and you made 30 grand and you took 20 of it and you applied it to July, or you applied it to September, or you applied it to next year's taxes. Or you funded next year's IRA. Or 20 years from now, or 10 years from now, the college fund that you don't even know if your kid's going to go to college, but you're funding it out of this month's commissions or this month's owner's compensation. Imagine a world when you're sitting at the closing table, you're at the dining room table. Pitt's talking about the listing commission, and he's talking about, hey, we're going to sell the house, and hey, this is what it's going to look like. And imagine knowing that you don't care if you don't need that closing to pay next month's car note or next month's mortgage or to fund next month's portion of your IRA because you already have it from 2 months ago. So we have to understand this path of money, profit hacking, and how do we take this money and apply it to next month, next quarter? Because at some point, Tracy may have a month with 0 closings. She's a rock star. So probably not, but there might be a chance that she might have 3 deals in escrow, but somebody loses their job. Right? And somebody wants to go buy a couch. And something came back on the home inspection. So it takes 2 more weeks to go and it pushes it from the 20th of the month to the 3rd of the month. Is any of that Tracy's fault? She did her job. She put 3 deals under contract. But how great would it be if Tracy had 40 grand sitting in a shoebox underneath her bed? But Matt, the interest rate. Tracy, are you married? You are. What's the interest rate on you sleeping 9 hours at night and not worrying about if you have a closing or a deal falls through? If you have 50 grand under your bed. I can't hear you, but I see the smiles. She's so high tech. She's got microphones. She's got to get the boom mic down. All right, we'll continue. We'll come back to Tracy, right? But you all did all of that. You felt that, right? I have 50 grand. I mean, if a closing falls through, I still sleep at night. What's the interest rate on that? I can tell you what, it's not on this calculator. Last secret, budget hacking. Planning our money before it comes in. When 10 grand or 20 grand or 30 grand is going to come in, what are we going to do with that money before we go and buy groceries, before we go and write a check to the government, before we go and hire an admin? What are we going to do with the money? Because planning it responsibly is being a business owner. Being an adult is actually honoring that commitment. So many people are easy. The fun and sexy part is saying, hey, I'm making 50 grand this month. Here's what I'm going to do with it. I do it every day, 6 hours a day with coaching clients. It's fun planning it. My challenge to you is, let's be grown-ups and let's honor that commitment. Not, oh, I got to scratch, I got to go play golf, or I got to scratch this itch, I got to go buy the new shiny thing. Let's honor the commitment of what we said long after the mood we said it in has left us. Commitment. Profit hacking, savings hacking, budget hacking. Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, Coach Matt, why am I going to set up all these bank accounts? Why do I have to do a budget? Why do I have to do all of this stuff?
Every dollar should have a name, or you should know where every dollar's going. You should have a plan. Most agents don't have a clue where their money's going. They go by feelings and what they think and so on. And so by getting organized and disciplined, you'll be shocked at how much money is just flowing out. You work so hard to bring it in, and then it just kind of slips through your fingers and goes through the cracks. And most agents don't even have a clue of how much money is just flowing out, and they work so hard to bring it in.
Well, most don't. And the Atomic Habits crew is going to get this stuff dialed in and figured out, right? Because how fun and cool would it be to be a group that knows what their money's doing, that knows how to create wealth, right? But think about this, right? What if you did all of this and it just helped you get organized and helped you create a consistent income? Would it be worth it?
Absolutely.
Would it be worth it? What if you were profitable on every single transaction moving forward? Even if it was $100 out of every deal, you were able to carve out $100 of every deal to be profitable. Would this be worth it? Now that'll grow, but what if you were profitable every deal? What if you remove the stress of paying taxes every time forever?
That's a timely question.
Last on Monday, right? What if you didn't owe anybody any money? What could you do? How many deals would you need? What if you saved your first $5,000, $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000, or your next 100 grand? You guys can take a screenshot of this. It's just with a simple investment calculator. There's no secret that I did with this. This is just money. But use your EXP revenue share, or use your real estate income, or use your spouse's income, or whatever it is. This is just math. Because we want to understand, when are we going to exit the transaction treadmill? How are we going to get off of it? Doing some of this math and figuring out what we want when we want it, and what that life costs. That life might cost $3 million because we have to, net $20,000 a month. Well, how long is $3 million going to last you? These are all the things we talk about in the wealth department, and in conversations and proximity with all of, the relationships that we have, right? And so I want you to simply take the last 35 minutes that we spent together and marinate on it. Write down your truths, awareness. What are some of the decisions that you can make, need to make, have to make to start changing some of the truths that you just wrote down? And where do you need to be intentional in those areas of life? and know that you're only one budget away, and it's just math. My name is Matt Plumer, financial coach for real estate agents, Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's been an honor serving you this morning.
I love it. Thank you so much, Matt. Now, I want to
Thanks,
tee you
Matt.
up because you guys don't leave yet. He actually does live training, live coaching. He has a coaching business that you could have one-on-one with him, but he comes together at least once a year, maybe a couple times a year, and does live workshops. And he's got one coming up. I believe it's next week, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, man.
Matt, why don't you speak just a little bit about it? Because you may have hit some buttons here with people that they would invest the time, and I don't know that they need to invest much resources because I think your very expensive coaching on this deal, I think you said it was free.
Even you'll pay for it.
Even me.
Even you'll pay
And I'm
for it. We can
frugal.
use Matt Stewart's debit card for this,
Yeah.
right? I am doing the stress-free wealth method. We're going to talk about the wealth method, right? For real estate agents live for 5 days next week. And
In
so
Vegas, y'all.
well, it's online. It
Oh,
doesn't, you don't have
online.
to, I'm going to be in Vegas,
Okay.
right? It's going to be 94 degrees out here, but it's going to be nice and 71 degrees in our air conditioned houses here in Vegas. Real quick, here's who it's for. If you're stressed and anxious about the inconsistency of your income, you've tried everything and your finances are still disorganized. You've been behind on filing taxes in the past, and you might have that stack of envelopes coming from the IRS that just sends you off on the deep end. Or if you're ever wondering, how am I going to stop and get off this transaction treadmill? That's who it's for. Okay. On day one, we're going to talk about the financial transformation. Day two, we're going to talk about the path of money. Day three, we're going to stabilize the present to structure the future. 4 is we're going to overcome our financial overwhelm and obligations, right? So what all of this stuff means internally to us. And on 5 is going to be the day that we figure out how are we going to finally exit this rat race of real estate.
I love it. So that's the sessions are 1 hour, right? So they're
Yeah, no more
committing.
than 1 hour. If you guys don't mind, I do have a little link here that I'll just drop in. And again, it's 100% free. One of the number one things I love about this is it's not only free, there's no sales pitch.
Yeah.
It's 100% to serve you. And throughout the 4 or 5 days, your heart will tell you if you need to have a conversation with us.
Yeah.
I promise you that. My job is to serve you through these next 5 days. It's a 5-day workshop. Show up. It's 11 Pacific. You do the math on the other stuff. If you're uncool like us on the West Coast, sorry, you have to figure it out.
Yeah. I would
But
encourage
I'd love
everybody.
to have you. It's completely free. Invite your friends, invite your spouse, invite your teams, invite your organizations. If you go to my Instagram, Coach Matt Plumer, the pinned post is a little video on it. It's easy to share. The links are in there. Guys, sign up. It's so easy and it's 100% free. And there is zero sales pitch on this.
I love it.
Promise you that.
Thanks for always leading with contribution, Matt. Appreciate you, giving your time today to the group. And like I said, it's got, it's recorded. So there'll be others that'll be tuning in at other times. So I would encourage you guys, one of your baby steps would be to carve out an hour next week, each day, and invest in yourself by carving out and blocking out an hour and really getting your finances in order. Because once you get your finances in order, you sleep better, you're more optimistic about the future. Like it's just all good. So anyway, thanks again,
Awesome.
Matt. And we will be on, next week. We do this every week, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific. So I don't know if Tom Daves is on, has anything to announce, but I think that's Don. Do you have anything you want to leave with?
No, that's great, Matt. Fantastic information. So needed in our industry. I think NAR tells us something like 6 out of 10 realtors get behind in their taxes. So very poignant and timely today, of course. And so thanks again. Appreciate the contribution. Hope folks will, Megan, grab that information from the chat, put it in Facebook so that people could come to Matt's workshop.
Just
Awesome.
posted
Thanks,
it.
Don.
I tagged Matt in the post as well.
Cool.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you guys.
Thanks all. All right,
Make
we'll
it
see you
happen.
soon. Take care.
Thanks, Matt. Take care. Bye-bye, you
All right.
guys.